Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. We are barely off the heels of the brand new Orc Codex preview, but it looks like GW isn't done with giving us a load more 40k stuff just yet. And today we have seen the first teasers and previews of one of the next upcoming codexes, the Thousand Suns. And in particular, they are showing off an entirely new, gorgeous looking model in the Infernal Master. And to me, based on what rules they've shown off, he looks very interesting. We know already, as of the latest chapter approved where he appeared, that he is going to be coming in at a tasty 90-point price tag, so he is not super expensive to bring in your army by the sounds of things, and it looks as though he is going to be something of quite a potent buffing and psychic related character, as you might expect from a Thousand Suns HQ. The Infernal Master is a sorcerer who specializes in demonology for the Thousand Suns, which means that they make use of familiars, which are known as tutelaries, to help bring new abilities, new buffs, and other benefits to your force in a process which is known as an Infernal Pact. And honestly, as we'll see in a sec, these are sounding to me very much like the Chaplain / Dark Apostle style buffs that have come into other Marine armies recently. And your Infernal Master knows 2 out of 6 of these pacts, and the wording on these abilities definitely lines up with this whole Chaplain style vibe for them. And as you can see in the first one they show off, which is Capering Imps, if the pact is successful, so the wording is identical to how litanies and chants go off currently, you select an enemy unit within 24 inches and visible, and that unit cannot overwatch, benefit from cover, or set to defend until your next command phase. So it is actually quite a potent ability, and I think based on the wording it's going to be one of those things where in your command phase you roll a d6 and on a 3+, much like Chaplain Litanies, it goes off and you get to choose the enemy unit you are going to do it on. I do like it. It's a bit more of an offensive style ability compared to the more generic buffing ones that we get from Space Marine Chaplains, and I do like it. It will help some of your units get into combat without facing some scary overwatch, such as the article suggests, some Salamander's aggressors. So I think it will be really useful, and it's nice to have that option to do some buffs before you even get to your psychic phase, and then jump into any psychic related buffs or debuffs that you want to get off. The next one they show off is another particularly potent looking one, the Malefic Maelstrom, which again, if successful, allows you to choose a friendly Thousand Suns unit within 24 inches, and until your next command phase, their ranged attacks gain +1 strength. So buffing Bolter and Flamer shots to strength 5, or maybe even making heavier firepower like strength 6 or strength 7 guns get bumped up to those key strengths of 7 and 8 respectively if you're going up against vehicles. It is a really potent buff to give to a whole unit, and again, this wording that implies it is going to be a similar roll in your command phase to see if this buff is successful and then give it to a unit of your choice that we see with Chaplains. Now, of course, in addition to this, they are Thousand Suns, so Infernal Masters are still also Psychers, and they have access to 2 expanded disciplines, which the Thousand Suns are going to be getting in their codex. And whilst we aren't shown any of the specific spells from these yet, that means that potentially your Infernal Masters will be able to know 2 of the Infernal Power buffs, the Infernal Pact buffs, and then maybe 2 Psychic powers from these disciplines, letting them have a potential of 4 abilities and spells that they can make use of to help your forces over the course of the battle. And personally, I do like the fact that they seem to be doing this kind of pseudo Chaplain / Librarian mix, which fits in nicely with the Thousand Suns, I think, and will really allow you to showcase their mastery of the psychic phase and cast loads of spells and buffs and powers and abilities all across the board as your forces move up, all wrapped up in this genuinely fantastic looking model who really fits in with the Thousand Suns aesthetic whilst still retaining some uniquely chaos looks, such as the horns and the flaming braziers on his shoulder pads. It does of course mean that you can free up potentially a slot if you want the Chaplain buffs and the Librarian buffs in a Space Marine force. you would have to use 2 HQs to bring one of each. This guy can do them both in one, and even if he can only, chant 1 Infernal Pact and cast 1 Psychic Power, that's still essentially 2 buffs that he can give out to your force every single turn, and will really, for 90 points, make him, I think, a very, very good force multiplier for the Thousand Suns. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks we will see a few more of these Infernal Pacts that he can cast, as well as some of the new and hopefully improved psychic powers that the Thousand Suns are going to be having access to. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to do a quick one as they showed off this new model and showed off his uniquely Chaplain / Librarian mix of rules, which I think is a really cool idea and a really fluffy one for the Thousand Suns. But what do you think of the Infernal Master? Do you like his model, and do you think he will be able to cast both an Infernal Pact and a couple of psychic powers in the same turn, or do you think they will limit it some way? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I will catch you later, guys.